All right, what's good, boys? Welcome to today's market recap. I did not end up taking a trade. It's 12/16/2025, and I didn't live trade today either. I had a fucking rough night in the casino last night. Well, a long night. I wouldn't say rough, but this is what we're currently dealing with. We're currently on a cruise right now, but I will be live trading tomorrow and Thursday as well. Friday I get off the boat, so I won't be live trading then. However, let's get into today's market recap. I think one potential or two potential trades that I would have took. And then there was a trade that Discord wanted to go over. I didn't really notice it because it happened after my draw already got hit, and by that point in time, I was already off the charts. So let's get into it. And the reason I did trade is I'm sure you guys know Topstep's down. Fuck Topstep. And I was on TradingView trying to trade my evals and my Tradeify accounts. And I posted on my Instagram story. It kept showing the thing in the top left corner that apparently I wasn't connected, but I was connected. So I don't know what the hell is wrong with TradeIvate, but it wouldn't let me trade on fucking TradingView. So I didn't end up taking a trade this morning. Kind of irritating. It is what it is. But so coming into this morning, I did have somewhat of a bullish bias, and the reason for that being, even though we were inside of this 4 hour bearish gap right here, was because we still had this unfilled 4 hour right here as well. That I wasn't necessarily really looking at for price to go and hit, but that could have been a draw. And if we scaled up and down, let's go to the daily first. We were currently at that specific point in time, we swept out what's called these daily intermediate lows, and then same thing on ES as well. We swept out these daily intermediate lows. Um, so I was leaning a little bit more bullish to start off on the higher time frames. I come down and look at the hourly, and this is what kind of really made me bullish until like true day open and data highs got hit was this right here. So Nasdaq came down, hit this hourly, and respected it, and then we also left this unfilled 15-minute for value gap right here. So I told myself, I was like, okay, cool. We had news at 8:30, clear target. Super high draw, even though there was an S&T with New York game highs or New York PMIs from yesterday, I believe, because today is Tuesday. Yeah, from yesterday. I wasn't necessarily worried about it because data highs is such a high draw. Now, once we got a data high S&P, then I would possibly be looking for shorts and continuing riding this trend. But I was bullish until data got hit, unless this 1 hour for value gap got ran through and this 15-minute got ran through, then I can expect, okay, maybe we can reverse off these lows, and if we start disrespecting these lows, then I can assume we're going to go down to London lows. So that was my just basic analysis coming into this morning. As you can see, we hit an hourly for value gap prior to market open, and then what I wanted to see on market open was some form of manipulation lower, whether we either create an SMT off these lows if ES goes and takes it out, or if both assets take it out, we resweep this low, okay, and then we also tap into this unfilled 15-minute for value gap. So let's see how this plays out. We get a tap into the 15-minute, which is exactly what I want to see, and then we get an immediate reaction. So I was like half asleep this morning trading. I had a long night in the casino. We didn't go to bed till like 4 in the morning. However, I wanted to take this 1 minute for value gap right here, or this 1 minute inversion. Didn't look bad at all. I get it. There was a 3 minute. However, when we get displacement like this, typically we will just run to the draw. It's basically a breakaway gap at that point. So my original trade idea would have looked something like this. My stops would have probably been like right here, whatever the case may be, and then my TP right here, probably for like a 1-to-1. And I just would have de-risked, maybe risk 5 micros, risk 520, make 520. Completely fine with that. This trade would have been break even specifically for the fact that I wouldn't have went break even at this internal high, obviously because it already got took out. But we did have these 3 minute intermediate highs right here that I would have went break even at. And this trade just would have been a break even. It is what it is. Let's see how the rest ended up playing out. Kind of ended up chopping around. We took out true day open, but I wasn't necessarily worried about that. My draw higher was still data. And I actually kind of like this because we left relatively equal highs with data, not only on NASDAQ, but on ES as well. ES was also trading a lot lower. We did have this internal SMT, but it was just a bullshit internal SMT. I wasn't necessarily too worried about it. There was no fair value gaps to the left of us. I can assume, okay, maybe we are going to push price lower. So at this point in time, I was looking for a resweep, not of this low. We already got this. But a resweep of this market open low, possibly an S&T created with it. Like I said, I go over this in almost every trade recap. Most of the time, it'll happen on like the 5 or 15-minute time frame where one asset will come and sweep out the market open lows or highs, and the other asset will retrace into a fair value gap. I believe that's what happened today as well, just on the lower time frames. Now let's go ahead and see, unless if both assets ended up resweeping. Oh yeah, okay, we did end up getting a resweep of these 15-minute intermediate lows on both assets, and then we got a 1 minute inversion right here. It was actually 2 minute, I believe. Yes, we got a 2 minute inversion right here. That this was probably the best setup of the day. I really like this. If I wanted to see this continuing higher, I would have just put my stops probably just right below, or just fair value gap right here, and then obviously TP to data. Break even point could be this internal high, kind of a quick break even, but not too worried about it. And then this would have been a 1.25 RR trade. Not too bad at all. Let's go ahead and see how this plays out. About 0.6 drawdown and it ran to your TP. Like I said, I couldn't trade today. Topstep obviously wasn't working. I'm sure you guys know that. And post on my Instagram story, TradingView was not fucking letting me trade whatsoever. So it is what it is. I wanted data highs. That was my target. Once data ended up getting hit, I couldn't trade anyway, so I kind of just got off. I didn't really give a fuck. But we did get a short at 940. Discord said, let's take a look. 940 got stopped at break even. We swept those. 1 minute relatively high. So we're still respecting that 1 hour continued bearish value gap. We retraced to eagle. Yeah, I'm assuming it's going to be this 950. Unless these are the shorts at 940. Oh no, just kidding. Okay, we got this right here. Okay, I see. This is what the trade audio would look like. 40. Stop loss probably somewhere in this general area, and then we can go ahead and target these internal lows down here. Doesn't look like a bad trade at all. We have an internal SMT. We got a resweep of this 3 minute intermediate high, and sometimes if we are just going to continue to ride the trend down, those 3 minutes will essentially act the same as a 5 minute. All just depends on the draw. I personally didn't like this because we were respecting the 1 hour and the 15 minute for value gap up at that point in time. However, and we got an immediate displacement right here. So this is where I was wanted to see like where ES comes down or resweeps slow, creating an SMT, and we retrace into like this 1 hour for value gap. We just didn't end up getting that. This trade ended up playing out. Wasn't a bad trade at all. I just want to give it like an A plus. I'd give it like an A minus, just because the draw we technically didn't have to go here. But yeah, I was more convicted that we were going to go bullish. But like I said, it all just depends on your guys' conviction. It really doesn't matter what I think. Yes, I can give my 2 cents, my input into it. But if you guys have conviction that, okay, price is going to continue lower, whatever the case may be, sure, go ahead into the trade. It is what it is. Obviously, this trade ended up playing out. I personally was just bullish until data got hit, and then once data highs got hit, then I was going to look for shorts. Let's see how price reacted off of data real quick, and then we can call it a wraps for this video. So we ended up hitting data, creating a SMT, had a resweep of these internal highs right here. And then we were already bearish on the day, but however, even though we got this 1 minute, I believe there was a little bit more. So we had this unfilled 3 minute gap. You guys did take that 1 minute. It formed like almost immediately. So I wouldn't give this anywhere in the A graded. I'd probably give it like a B plus. We did create an SMT with data highs. We already had an SMT with New York PM from yesterday. However, we didn't take out any of this, and we didn't tap into the 4 hours, so it wasn't the best of trades. But it is what it is. If you took it, nothing to be ashamed of. Just go ahead and journal it. Let's see how the rest of the morning played out. Like I said, I got off once data highs got hit. So we ended up getting a resweep that high, kind of chopping around a little bit. Just think that. Nothing really much going on. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will be back tonight. Actually, we're gonna get off the boat right here when the Bahamas are now. I get off the boat, walk around a little bit, come back, record a YouTube video, upload that. Hopefully that uploads on time because fucking boat's internet is dog shit. But yeah, I'll put out a video later tonight. I don't know when, but it'll definitely be put out tonight. If you guys enjoyed the video, if you guys want to up your allocation, use code LoeGpa on those trades, link in the description. If you want to join the free Discord where I live trade and post my daily recaps and my daily bias, all that good stuff, link is in the description for that as well. It's 100% free. Go check it out. Social media is in there as well. If you guys have a great day. If you took a loss, just get the hell off the charts, and I will catch y'all boys in the next one.